Don't you ever come back to this house again, Lexi. You are a failure to all of us.
Mom, please! Open the dang door!
Who the hell would let you back in here? A daughter like you who would go and fail that bar exam is no daughter of mine. Now you hurry up and disappear off to somewhere we'll never have to see you at all.
I'll try even harder next time, Mom. Please, don't do this to me.
Listen, Lexi, your father was able to pass his bar exam in one take, and that turned him into one of the most famous lawyers in the state. Your grandfather was the same way. He only had to take the bar exam once, and that led him to becoming the most powerful man in this family.
And for that, I think of both Dad and Grandpa as amazing people.
And since you were not able to pass the exam on your first try, you are an embarrassment to this family and can no longer be allowed to stay a part of it. We have no use for you anymore. We're going to have to start thinking of what to do with Maya now come here test.
Maya and I promised one another that we'd study together for this exam, Mom.
Not happening. Because you've already gone and failed the bar exam now and are useless. If we start to allow her to study alongside a failure like you, then she herself will become the same kind of waste that you've shown us. Both her father and I have high expectations for her now, and we'll make sure she meets them. There is no need for you in the family anymore.
You really have no idea how hurtful it is to me when you say that about your own daughter. I put a lot of effort into studying for the exam, and I did my best when it came time to take it.
No point in trying to bring up what's in the past now. Your results prove to be nothing, and therefore, you mean nothing. Nobody cares if you tried your best, when in the end you still failed. That goes for lawyers especially, right? They are expected to be there to either defend someone convicted of something, or help someone fight those that did them wrong. Nobody wants a lawyer who only cares about trying their best when they continuously lose their cases. Many people rely on lawyers to protect their livelihood, so you cannot be a failure.
And I completely understand that, Mom.
Well, if you understand that, then hurry up and get off our porch. A failure as big as yourself would cause issues for this family by remaining in the same town even. So how about you go far away from here?
Then, where am I supposed to go, Mom?
You think I care about any of that? Because of your failures, you're not even family to me anymore. Understood?
Are you seriously going to cut ties to me and everything because I failed one exam? You are taking things too far.
I'm the one who gets to decide if I'm taking things too far or not. And because you've gone and failed the bar exam on your first try, you have brought some shame to this family of lawyers. Honestly, I'd rather have you locked up in the basement for the rest of time. But I'm going to play nice and refrain from doing something like that.
All right, Mom.
Now, get lost, you complete failure!
Lexi, are you alright? Just a bit ago, it looked like you got into quite the argument with Mom.
Maya, things ended up with me deciding that it really is time for me to move out of the house.
What? What do you mean you're going to be moving out of the house? Like, forever?
Yes. Because of the recent bar exam I took and failed. To be honest, for a little while now, I've kind of been thinking of moving out of the house and living on my own while studying. Every time I'm in the house, things are always against me, as though Mom doesn't actually want me to ever become a lawyer. So I've been thinking of getting a pretty cheap apartment a little ways down the road from their house.
I see. So that's what you're going to do now so that you can focus more on passing that exam. All because how things have been here with Mom, right?
Yeah. She has always been on me about everything regarding school and my studies, and it's driven me up the wall long enough. Especially after failing this last exam.
Lexi, tell me the truth, please. Mom kicked you out of the house, right?
What?
I already know what's happened. This family has always been about the story of how Dad and Grandpa were able to pass their bar exams on their first try. They seem to all think that if you can't pass in the first try, you're not meant to be a lawyer and are a lost cause. I've heard all about this from them. But I just assumed they were joking about a lot of that stuff. Guess not, though.
So, you've known about this? Well, I wish you would have told me sooner that you were aware of the way everyone sees the bar exam. I've actually been planning to take the test 3 times or so before I can pass it.
But Mom has always been telling you to pass it on your first try, right?
She had been saying that to me, but like you, I never thought she was that serious about calling me a lost cause if I failed. And, well, now I'm being kicked out of the house and the family. Seriously, though, I don't think I had it in me to pass that exam on my first try anyway, so this was bound to happen. But the thing that I don't get is why Mom has so much pride in this family being a lawyer family when Dad was barely even a lawyer. He may have become one, but he quit his job soon after and has just been sitting around the house ever since.
Well, they have all of Grandpa's money right now. I've been lucky enough to get some of his money as well, though, so I'm not going to say anything. I can't.
By the way, what are you going to do from here on out, Maya? Are you going to continue to live there with them and study for your exam?
Well, that's the only thing I can do now, right? I was only ever given the option of becoming a lawyer. There's nothing really left for me to aim for now, is there?
Well, I suppose that's true. This is going to be my first time living on my own here, so I was kind of thinking if you wanted to escape them, you could come live with me.
That would never work out. I hate being around Mom and Dad a lot, and would love to leave them and move out to your place. But right now, I really need to focus on the bar exam myself. So I'm going to have to stay here for now and study as much as I can.
That's the only option you have now, huh? Well, keep it up then, and don't worry about me. Good luck. I'll be cheering you on from over at my new apartment.
But you're going to be giving the other exam another shot, right? Like you were saying?
Well, about that. I've already come this far and studied more than I'd like to say for it. There's no way I could live with myself if I just gave up on it now. And luckily, I'm now out of that house and can focus a bit more.
Then let's both you and I work on passing this exam. And let's make sure to stay in touch with one another during this long and tiring process.
Sounds good. And maybe someday, when we're both working as lawyers, we can look back on that awful family and laugh while having some glasses of champagne.
What the heck? Why would we have to do something as stupid as that?
What are you doing at a place like this, Lexi? Today is the day of Maya's wedding, and as far as everyone here is aware, this family has cut ties to you and are nothing to us. So why are you here right now?
Well, there so happens to be plenty of reasons for why I'm here right now.
What kind of reasons are those? I think you just crawled in here undetected and are trying to feel like you're one of us again. Come on now, woman. We have already been embarrassed by you once before, and yet you want to do that some more to us by showing your face around here? And guess what Maya did to make herself a far better daughter than you ever were? She passed that bar exam on her first try and has become a very successful lawyer. If we leave a loser like you around this wedding, it will all fall apart and will have been for nothing.
I know that for both you and Dad, seeing me here is a huge problem, and neither of you want me around anymore. But there was no other choice this time. A lot has happened in the past couple of years now.
I get it. You snuck into this place thinking you could gorge yourself on all the free food here before sneaking back out, right?
Excuse me?
I know that after failing the exam that first time, you never even bothered to try it again, did you? And now are living the life of a complete loser who is nothing to the society. And guess what? That's totally natural for a sore loser and failure like yourself. I'm sure that right now you are in the middle of living life as a moneyless lowlife, right?
You're being a real jerk, Mom. I just came here to celebrate the wedding and then head back home.
Nobody here wants you to celebrate this wedding, though. You're going to make everyone here uncomfortable, as well as yourself. Especially you, actually, since every person here is a lawyer, which you failed to become.
Oh, That's what I thought.
Also, the groom's family just so happens to be the very famous Winston family. The ones who are known throughout the U.S. as being very high-class lawyers. 2 of them are a part of the Supreme Court even. In other words, that family has been around longer than even our own family, and is known by far more people.
And that's very amazing.
It sure is. Especially the groom's older brother, wife. She is the same age as you are, but she happened to become a very famous lawyer, and is part of the Supreme Court now.
Oh. Well, that's very cool of her. Such a prominent figure she must be.
Oh, she is a very prominent figure, and I have yet to meet with her. But today is a day I'll have my chance, and get to finally consider myself a part of her family as well. Another thing that's pretty funny is that she shares the same first name as you. Lexi. You both share the same age and name, yet you couldn't be any further below her in this society.
I'm sure that's true. Now, could you stop talking about her like that? You're making her sound far better than she really considers herself to be, I'm sure.
You think so? I'm starting to think that you really did end up having your brain rot on you these past few years. I know that she's far better than all of us, and you should understand that yourself.
Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this wedding now, so could you please leave me be for the rest of the day? Both of us can work towards not talking to one another if you'd really like. I think that's the best option.
That will not work. Just having you around this wedding is a problem and needs to be taken care of right now. It is the most embarrassing thing having had a daughter like you, coming from a family full of lawyers, famous ones at that, failing her first attempt at the bar exam. It's a terrible shame that I will not relive. You were already disowned from our family, so why are you here now, of all places?
That's because I'm here as part of the groom's guests.
What? What are you talking about? What did you say?
I am here as a guest of the groom because I was invited. I was invited by Wyatt himself, and that is why I chose to come here today, as I was expected to be here.
Huh? Why would Wyatt ever invite a lowlife such as yourself to be a part of his guest? His whole family is more famous than ours, and is known all across the U.S. for being some of the best lawyers. What reason would they have for wanting a failure like yourself to come to this wedding?
There should already be some pretty obvious hints for those reasons you were asking about. You should be aware by now who I am. Just think about it.
Huh? I should be aware of who you are. The only thing I know you is a low-life failure.
You can stop it with the jokes already. Try giving me some guesses about who you think I am. There have already been plenty of hints so far during this conversation. Just put a little bit of thought into it.
I do not have to put any thought into it, because there is only one possible answer. You are a trespasser who snuck into this wedding so that you could grab a bite to eat before sneaking back out onto the streets again.
If you still have no idea, then I guess it's useless. Later on, I am sure there will be a lot of things you'll want to talk to me about, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.
What? You hold it right there. Lexi, why are you sitting at the table with the rest of the groom's family? Could it be true that you were actually invited here today by the groom?
I've been saying that the whole time. I was handed a physical invitation from him before and was expected to be here.
Then who are you to them?
Just use your brain and think for 1 second about that. Or am I really going to have to tell you? Ugh. I am Wyatt's older brother's wife. Bernard's wife.
What? Wyatt's older brother? Bernard's wife? That means... Wait, does that mean you're Lexi?
That's me. I am that woman who became a very well-known lawyer who is now working in the Supreme Court. I am Lexi Winston. Nice to meet you.
No, there's no way that's the case. Because you failed your bar exam and are now a complete and utter failure.
Didn't you know you can take that exam a second time and pass it, like I did? Then I became a lawyer and ended up where I am now. I had to put in huge amounts of effort to get here and prove how competent I was through many cases.
There's no way that can be true. You are freaking lying to me right now.
If you think that's all a lie, then why am I over here at the groom's family's table sitting in one of the ends? And why has everyone been coming to talk to me and smiling as they do so? Is that not enough evidence for you to understand that I am not lying?
I can see all of that. But how? How did you become a lawyer that famous, and yet neither Maya nor myself were able to hear about it? That's way too strange to me.
Well, that's only because for the past few years, I've done my best not to talk with you at all, as that's what you wanted from me. And during all those family gatherings, I was never invited, so I didn't get to talk with anyone. I also explained my situation to Bernard, and he understands why things are this way between myself and you all.
Is that right? I just thought I would have found out sooner if you became a lawyer.
Well, you did, but you didn't know it was me because you were told how amazing I am. And all those times you met with Maya's husband and were told about how I was never around, it's because I've always been so busy out in D.C. But to be honest, I still get some time off every once in a while. I'm still only really at the start of my career.
And what about Maya? I'm sure there's something wrong with the fact that her husband's older brother's wife is her older sister, right?
Maya already knew that I was his wife. She knew that I was going to become his wife before we even got married. But she only found out by coincidence. This whole situation is kind of coincidental, to be honest. When we both found out we were partners with two brothers, we were shocked, but also laughing about it.
Then why did Maya never tell the rest of her family about this and hid it from her own parents?
Well, if you'd like to know about all the finer details of this, the best thing for you to do is go and talk with her. I'm not sure what all I can tell you about that, since it's pretty sensitive stuff. Also, I have a speech coming up here soon that I have to give, so I've run out of time.
What? A speech? You're giving a speech?
I was asked to give a speech today, so I thought I might as well. So this speech is going to be about all the feelings I have towards the mother of the newlywed bride.
The mother of the newlywed bride? You're talking about me? A speech about the feelings you have towards me? Feelings of gratitude, I hope.
There will be some things about my gratitude towards you. After all, I am thankful for what you've done. That's why I'm going to take this chance that I've been given and let everyone know just how I feel about you.
What is all of this about?
Now I have to get ready. Please put all your attention on me when I get up there.
Lexi? What the hell was that speech for? Didn't you say that part of the speech would be about how thankful you feel towards me?
That's right. That's why I went ahead and went over everything. And I said that those words you said to me on the night you kicked me out of the house for good stuck with me forever. You said to me that nobody would want a lawyer who never wins, and so I made sure to win. It's all about the end result, and there will never be a lawyer that people want who has only tried hard but never actually succeeded. I used all of those things you said to me that night to push myself harder, so that the next time I took the bar exam, I'd pass it with 100%.
Wait, all of that was fine with me. I'm upset about all the things you said after that.
What? Oh, you're talking about the part where I mentioned you calling me a failure and a loser before cutting ties to me and then kicking me out of the house in the freezing cold of winter? Oh, and also about the part where you said to me that if a failure like myself were to stick around, I'd begin to turn Maya into a failure as well? That's what you're upset about, Mom?
That's right. By saying it all like that, you made it look like I'm some kind of messed up mother. And the part where you put all those screenshots of the conversation we had in the projector.
Well, you are a messed up mother mentally, and so I had to show everyone that I was not lying. By the way, where did you go, Mom?
I left the building and I'm out in the garden right now. I was being glared at by everyone in there and I couldn't stand it anymore. Why would you do this to me? Everyone is going to lose their trust in me now.
But all I did was speak the truth, as any lawyer should do. And to think this was only half the speech I originally wanted to give. There was still another part about Dad, but after talking about you, everyone seemed to have gotten the point. Now that's it from me.
Wait, Lexi! Maya! What the hell is this all about? Did you really know about Lexi all along?
I sure did. She's my older sister after all. I was the one that asked her to give that speech as well.
Does that mean you knew about all the things she'd be saying in her speech too?
I did. I even helped her make it. And both Wyatt and Bernard approved of it after giving it a good reading over.
Why? You could have at least told me from the moment you knew that your sister Lexi was the same Lexi as Lexi Winston.
You think I'd really do that for you? Did you forget about the whole thing where you kicked her out of the house and told her she was no longer a part of the family?
That all had nothing to do with me, Maya. And in the end, you passed the bar exam on your first try. And this whole time, your father and I have done everything in our power to treat you with the respect you deserve now.
This is why I hate you all. Back then, I never had the confidence to leave all of you, and I had an exam to focus on. You guys were the only ones I could really rely on at that time, especially after you forced Lexi to get on her own place.
And you turned out to be such a special and successful woman because you stayed with us. Why do you still care about her when she is nothing to us anymore?
That's because, unlike the rest of you, she's very close family to me and is important. I know that for you and Dad, that feeling of love for her vanished the moment she failed her first exam, but I still loved her.
We stopped loving her because she was an embarrassment to our family. How the hell could she fail that first attempt at her bar exam when her whole family's name was riding on it? I was in the right kicking her out of the family, as that's what I wanted, your father wanted, and what your grandpa would have wanted.
But as you can see now, Lexi is a very successful lawyer, living up to the name her husband's family bears. There's no reason for any of us to forgive what you and Dad did to her back then. My in-laws are all saying that about you too now, and so is Wyatt, and so is Bernard.
What? What do you mean by that?
Starting today, I'm cutting ties to you, Mom. And the same goes for Dad as well. I don't want either of you ever coming around me or this family again.
What? Hold on a minute, Maya. If you do that, then we will be...
That's right. You will never be able to talk with the Winston family ever again. And that's because nobody in this family forgives you both for what you've done. You can understand that now, right? I think it's time that both you and Dad get out of this place as quickly as possible now.
Wait a second. Please, Maya. Do you have any idea how much effort your father and I have put into you to get where you are now?
I like to think that it was me who got me here. Both you and Dad never really worked at all after Grandpa passed away because you both received all his money. And at one point, you both started to ask me for money when I got a job. And when it comes to Dad, that lawyer you always loved to boast about, he quit his job the moment his dad's money landed in his accounts. And ever since then, he hasn't done anything with himself. What kind of family of lawyers have you been going on about this whole time, Mom?
I get it. I get it already. We won't ask you for any more money, okay? So please.
I don't think you do get it, Mom. It's over now. I'm done talking to you, and I never want anything to do with you ever again.
Wait! Hey, Lexi. Do something about this. Do something to get your little sister to listen to me again. For some reason, she seems really upset right now.
Why do I have to step in and help her listen to you? She might be upset with you guys right now, but I am furious, all right?
You have to help us here, or else your father and I won't be able to carry on much longer.
How pathetic, then. You both just live off your child now, even though you had so much pride in being a family of well-known lawyers. I'm so happy we cut ties years ago, Mom. Now how about you both get some jobs instead of being lazy pricks?
Lexi, what's going on with you? You're not still going to talk about you and I not being family, right?
What's that all about? Wasn't it made crystal clear years ago that I was disowned by you and Dad?
I'm aware of that, but we're letting you back into the family now. Your father and I, we have a lot of debt right now. If you abandon the both of us, we'll be screwed completely.
Funny. You must be pretty embarrassed now, right? Be careful, because if you keep talking and acting like that, you might cause embarrassment for the whole family. If you both have debt, do what literally every human being does and work to pay it off. And by the way, does this mean that all the money Grandpa left behind is gone now?
That money is all along gone now. What are you right about now, Lexi? I want you to come to you and talk to you in person about all of this.
Oh? You don't have to bother with that.
Hey! Hold on a second. I didn't mean to do that. You weren't listening to anything I was saying, so I just...
Kicking a lawyer of any kind like that is now going to be a very major thorn in your back. And as I fell to the ground there, I hit my head. There's blood all over the place, and my head feels like it's a balloon that's about to pop. So...
Wait, hold on. I wasn't the one who hit you in the head, though.
Huh?
Actually, I didn't kick you down or anything like you're saying. I just happened to run into you a little bit with the side of my legs was all. A gentle push was all that resulted from it. And then you being all dramatic threw yourself to the ground, causing you to hit your own head like an idiot.
All you had to do was apologize, and I would have been fine letting you go after what you did. The sad thing is, you and Dad are both already in heaps of debt, right? Let's both hope that Dad at least has a plan for what things will be like when you're gone, and he's alone to handle that debt.
What are you talking about right now? Stop trying to make things look any worse than you already have.
Then have a look at this. It might make you think twice about lying to everyone.
Did what? What is that? When did you take that?
Just in case something was going to happen, I turned on my phone's camera and put it on record. Just in case, you know? And then, guess what? Take a look, Mom. From what you just saw in that video, I was being kicked to the ground by you, right?
What? No!
I hope you have yourself a really good lawyer for when we go to court. Because you're going to be fighting one who works in the Supreme Court quite often.
I'm so sorry. That wasn't on purpose. I'm asking you to please just forgive me.
No room for forgiveness anymore. You're going to court.
Why?
Because my head hurts a lot now, and I'm going to need to see a doctor about it now. And that's on top of the fact I'm needing to clean up all this blood right now that's come from the cut in my head.
But I didn't.
The police will be here soon.
The police? Why the police?
Because you just assaulted me, and that means the law has to handle things now.
No! Stop making a huge deal out of all of this. If anything, the reason for all of this is because of that stupid freaking speech you gave in front of everyone.
Mom, there's no point in talking about things in the past, is there? This world only cares about the results, right? Maya, I have a lot to thank you for. And I'm sorry. This was supposed to be your wedding today, and yet after that speech, things all ended up being about me.
What are you talking about, Lexi? This is what the both of us wanted to happen, minus your head getting banged up. But at least now everyone knows that both Mom and Dad are complete monsters. Everything went well in that regard, so we need to celebrate all of that.
I'm so happy that it wasn't just me that hated those two.
After you were kicked out of the house and I went and passed the bar exam, those two only became worse. For a little while, they even began to call me their tree with money growing on it.
That's screwed up.
That's why ever since then, I had been dreaming about my wedding, where I'd get back at those two and end their cruel reign once and for all. Actually, to the point I want to thank you. You helped me out more than I could have ever deserved.
Come on, I caused a lot of trouble thereafter with Mom. But I'm happy to hear that you're happy with the end result. Now, how about tonight you and I go get some drinks? Remember what I said before? Get some champagne?
I remember, and I'd love to. But you should get that head checked out first. Once that's healed up, then we can buy the most expensive bottle the store has.
After that, I took my mom to court and sued her butt big time. She was brought there by the police because, of course, I was calling the police on her and having her taken into custody for assault. When she came, she tried to have her husband represent her, but considering he'd been out of the world of law for some time, he totally forgot there was no chance at all for them with the evidence I had. I was even showing x-rays of my head that showed the small skull fracture I sustained. And just to rub it in her face, I had the doctor who saw me that day show up. He explained to both the judge and my mom herself that the injury I sustained was pretty serious, and that I was also given a concussion from my head hitting the concrete floor. I never had to go to the ER or anything for it, but the doctor explained that I needed to get stitches for the cut that was left on my head, and would have to take a while off from work in order to recover and wait for the bone to heal. He was actually against me even showing up for this case, but considering I'm a lawyer and had all of the evidence needed, I knew the case wouldn't last too long and I could get back home soon. So in the end, she was charged with assault, and along with having to pay me for medical expenses at the local urgent care, she would be serving 2 years in jail. Considering her and Dad had used up all their money and were already in debt, they had to have the house sold and gave all the money they received to me. My mom is now in jail, and without her, my dad is alone on the streets with no one he can go to for help. I'm not even sure where he ran off to because there was nobody really even keeping an eye on him. So maybe he's just gone and ended himself or something. Both my mom and dad really have fallen far from the well-known lawyer family that they once loved to brag about. But it all serves them right, since they thought that they could just manipulate their kids all the time and throw them away when they did one thing that they did not enjoy. As for myself and Maya, we're both working hard in courts all over the place, making money and saving it all up. For her, she's working in most of the courts in her state, and for me, let's just say that I'm going anywhere I'm needed in the U.S. We've both agreed that from now on, we will work for 10 years, and then after that, we'll start to think about having kids. I know it's not the most practical of things, but we both are actually scared to death of having children. So what better way to do it than to go through that fear with one another? I've also come to love the fact that her and I both turned out to be successful lawyers from two complete monster parents. But it's kind of getting old since literally everyone is now a lawyer around us. My husband, her husband, their parents. The list just goes on and on. But one thing is for sure, and this goes for all of us. We are never going to think of ourselves as any more special than those that aren't lawyers. And we will most definitely not turn into a family like that of my moms and dads. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.